Hi, I'm Melisa with MaKa Movement, and today we'll be working on yoga for balance. We end up losing balance if we don't practice it, and balance requires a lot of concentration, a lot of focus, a lot of core strength, and a lot of awareness of where our body is and our posture and alignment. Okay, so first I want you to bring your awareness to your feet and just rock forward and backwards. Forward and back. Notice if your feet are parallel, are your second toes facing forward? Or do you have a tendency to turn them out or turn them in? Okay, and then stand still, plant those toes back down onto the ground, but spread them out really wide. So we talk in yoga about the four corners of our feet. So the inner corner, the outer by the pinky toe, inner heel, outer, and think of having equal weight in those four corners of your foot. Okay, now your quads are strong, belly pulls in, shoulder blades pull back. So balance is so much of the whole body. It really isn't about just, oh, my ankle is weak or my knee is weak, but it really is awareness about what's going on in your entire body, okay? So strong ankle, lift up on your kneecaps, engage those quads, pull your belly in, shoulder blades are back. So we want this whole body to be strong. Okay, now you'll pull your right knee up and in toward your chest. And then for right now, just hold on to your knee. So notice as soon as that right knee comes up, what happens to the left ankle? It starts to wobble a little bit. But I want you to keep pulling it up, keep your hips level. Find a focal point, something you can look at that's not moving, and then just hold it. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then release that leg down. Okay, left side, bring it up. Hold 1, 2, 3, strong standing foot, 4, 5, and release, lower down. Good, now we'll come out to the side. This is a baby tree pose, really small. So here, you can even keep the ball of your foot down onto the ground, but I want you to open up your right hip. Bring your knee up if you want to. Foot can come up a little higher, hands to your heart. Belly in, shoulders back. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release, lower down. Okay, left side. So you can keep the ball of your foot down or lift it up a little higher. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release, lower down. Okay, now raise your right leg back up, center, and then take your hands to your waist. So you're not holding onto your knee. You're working your hip flexors here, drawing your belly in, keeping those shoulders back. So extend your leg out slightly and then pull it back up. Okay, so extend that leg out to a diagonal, pull it back up. Extend your leg out to a diagonal, pull it back up. Just hold it here. 1. Notice what's happening with the rest of your body. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now straighten your leg. Keep your toes pointed. Hold 1. Shoulders are back. 2. Belly's in. 3, 4, 5. Bend your knee. Take your leg back down to the floor. Okay, so left knee, pull it in. It raises. Hands are still at your waist. Shoulders are back. Belly is in. Find a focal point. Your drishti is key. Extend your leg out to a diagonal, then pull it back in. Extend your leg out and then pull it back in. Now a chair is here. See, I have a chair. Your chair is back up if you need it, or a wall. Extend. Now just raise your knee up to hip level. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend that leg out. Squeeze those quads. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend your knee. Take that leg down to the floor. Okay, so we're noticing what happens. Our ankles might start to wobble. That's okay. We're just kind of working on how to get the balance. Okay, so you have a chair. This is always good, like a chair, a bench, anything that you might need. So we do some balancing poses where you're hinging forward, okay? So I want you to take your right leg onto the chair and then start to hinge forward. Just feel the stretch in your hamstrings. Keep your navel pulling in and feel length in your spine. So as you're hinging, keep your right foot flexed for right now. Notice what's happening with your left. We want to keep nice alignment there, nice and strong. And then stand tall. Take that foot down. Switch sides. Breathe. Good. Inhale, come up. Take that leg down. What I love about balancing poses is that if we're thinking about other things, then we lose our balance. So it really gets you to be fully mindful and in your yoga practice. So now we're taking our right foot into a half lotus. So here in half lotus, our foot comes up into the crease of our hip as much as possible. The sole of your foot will face the sky, okay? Hand can come behind your back. So you might be grabbing onto your elbow, you might be holding onto your big toe. So just depends on where you are. Notice what happens with your left foot. Keep those shoulder blades squeezing back and hold. Now if you're working here, that's great, work right there. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release your leg with control and lower down. Okay, then the left side. Left foot comes into half lotus. As high up into the crease as possible. You let your knee kind of melt down toward the floor. Hand behind your back. Maybe you're grabbing your elbow. Draw your belly in. 4, and 5, and release. Okay, so now we'll take a higher tree pose. Your chair or wall is still here for backup. You'll take your right foot above your knee and rest that foot right along your inner thigh. Take your hands to your heart. Okay, so with tree, we have lots of different options. We can start to lean over to the side. So you get a nice stretch, a nice lateral stretch. Check in with your balance again. Roll your armpit to the sky. Now when you change your gaze, you change your drishti, it'll change your balance. Come back to your tree. Now just for fun, close your eyes. So what happens when you close your eyes? Good, open your eyes, release, lower down. So we're just noticing, right? It becomes really hard to balance with our eyes closed because having that focal point is so key. Okay, so the other side, bring that leg up. Above your knee if you can, if not below your knee, that's great. It's totally fine. Work where you're working today. Hands to your heart. And then maybe if you need this lateral stretch, you can do a little side bend. But breathe. Good, come back. Hands come back to your heart. And then just for fun, go ahead and close your eyes. Notice which side is stronger than the other or more balanced than the other. And still keep breathing. 3, 4, and 5. Good. And release, lower down. So with balancing poses, you can work on them anytime, all the time. Sometimes it's just standing on a foot. You can be doing lots of things while you're doing this. You can be telling your kids to clean up their room. You can be making dinner if it's not very complicated. You can even be checking emails. But if we really want to practice yoga, we'll just take some time out of our day and just work on just stabilizing. What happens when I move my leg out to one side? Take it out, bring it back in. Take it out, bring it back in. Take it out, bring it back in. So here you need to be rooted in your standing foot. People have questions about whether to lock the knee out. Depending on the style of yoga and depending on your body, there'll be different things. So generally I would say don't lock it out, but some schools of yoga do say lock it out. But I want you to listen to your body, right? So if it's not locked, but you're coming out of alignment, it might be better to lift up and then lock it. If your knees naturally hyperextend, then go ahead and give them some bend. Start to retrain those muscles. And release, lower down. Okay, so those are just little tidbits for working on balance. And nice work today. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.